Alright, so I do realize that there has been some confusion as to how to fill out the request form on my channel, which, and I guess one of the more confusing things is how do you even get to it. So I'm going to show you all of these things in this tutorial video that's going to be added to the request form. So first and foremost, how do you get to the form? Well, simply go to, if you're on my page already, you're going to go to About, scroll down, and you're going to click Request Form. That's how you always get to it, and that will not change. And if it does change, I'll let you know, but for now, that has not changed. This is where I'm going to add the video. So, first question. Use your Gmail address, which is logged when you submit the form, to get in touch with you if I run into issues while making your mock. So, Google Forms will automatically log your email, and this is essentially asking permission for if I can provide or give you, or if I can use that email to contact you if I need to. For this question, if you want to have another preferred contact, like something that's not a Gmail address, you can add something that's here. But since this is a required question, if you click yes or no without using the other preferred email, just enter no in the box. But if you do select other preferred email, just enter that in here. Again, this is for those whose preferred email is not their Gmail. I'm just going to click that. The channel link, which is how I'll credit you in the description of the video. That's so people can click on your channel and subscribe to it if they want to. I'm just going to put mine there as an example. Your username, which is shown at the beginning of the mock, which is that for me. Name your scenario. So what do you want your scenario what do you want your scenario's name to be? So we're just going to do, I don't know, Denver thunderstorm, except the right formatting. So we're going to have, so if we want to have multiple alerts in the video, I want you to list them out all on here. So the first one, let's say the first one is a severe thunderstorm watch. And then the next one is a severe thunderstorm warning. Third one can be, I guess, also a severe thunderstorm warning, just to keep this consistent. Maybe the fourth alert can be do tornado warning. And fifth one would do flash flood warning. Okay, so that's just an example. You don't have to necessarily request these alerts, but this formatting is what I would like. Date of occurrence. So this is basically when you want your mock to take place. If it takes place in the past, you can enter in the year here. Like, let's say this takes place in, I don't know, 2017. And then took place on June the 6th, because that's when I'm recording this. The time of occurrence each alert. So we can do severe thunderstorm watch. I'm going to list the end time. Oh, this is short answer text. Let me go fix that, actually. Okay, there we go. So just pretend that we filled out everything else on here, because I don't want to do this again. The time of occurrence each alert we can do severe thunderstorm watch is from, let's do 12:30 p.m. to the purge time. The maximum purge time of an alert is 6 hours, and severe thunderstorm watches, or watches in general, are usually for that entire time period. So it would be 12:30 to 6:30 p.m. It would also be helpful if you listed the time zones. 4:30 p.m. I mean, here in Denver, the alerts aren't issued for that long, or the effective time isn't that long usually, but whatever. To 6 p.m. So something like that. Now the next one will be the scripts for each alert. Now that's the main thing about this is I've gotten a lot of unrealistic requests or unrealistic scripts over the time I've had this open. And I want to show you how you can find a realistic script. Now, one thing you can do is go to IEMBot, and then no, not this one, IEM project, and then go to NWS text products, and then for whatever weather forecast office you're doing, you can click on the issuing center and then set it to whatever you want. Now, something like this. This is a beefy one, but yours doesn't have to be a copy from IEMBot. It just has to be something similar. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, as far as for watches, you may have to do something a little bit different to get to the watches, because those are not logged on IEMBot, and those are logged for a short period of time on the Storm Prediction Center website, I believe. So you may have to do something a little bit different. Although if you know the basic structure of how a severe thunderstorm watch goes together, that might not be a problem for you. But let's just go ahead and jump ahead to the severe thunderstorm warning for now. Yes, so leave one blank for now. Don't actually leave one blank for when you submit this. You don't have to format it like this. It just has to be in a way that that's realistic and that I can put into a text-to-speech editor or text-to-speech synthesizer. Depending on which voice you want to use, it's a different process for me. Another thing you may have to look up is the way the text-to-speech voice synthesizes the text that's there. So if, say, this. So here in Denver, the northeastern, so it would, the text-to-speech voice would read it as southwestern Weld County in northeastern Colorado, and it would read all of the counties that are in northeast Colorado, but when it gets to a county that's not in northeast Colorado, it'll just say northeastern Jefferson County, and it won't read the central Colorado part. But it will for everything that's in northeastern Colorado, but when it comes across something that's not in northeastern Colorado, it will just read it as the county, but it won't say where it's located. Now again, I will say that you do not have to, it does not have to be based off of a real alert, so long as your request is realistic. I'm just using this as an example. Okay, so if you do something, if you do find out that certain things are not synthesized, just remove those from this. So do that. Also, if you are copying and pasting from an IEMBot archive, make sure to add the semicolon. But if the time is not synthesized, so if it's not read as 2:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, or whatever time zone, if it's just read as until 2:30 p.m., make sure to delete the time zone part from the text, because in every IEMBot archive, the text always has the same format, but, well, not always, but not certain things are not synthesized. So like with some weather forecasting office, they say the time zone in both the until time and then the at time. With my weather forecasting office, they only say it with the at time, and they disclude it from the until time. And I've also so if that is the case, if there are some things that are not synthesized, just make sure to cut that out. Then we can do Also, if you're copying and pasting from an IEMBot archive, you might come into an issue where the formatting is a little weird. It shouldn't matter in my case, but whatever. But if you are just, if you're not copying and pasting from an IEMBot archive, if you just enter in text, it will go like this, which that's fine. But just know that when you copy and paste from an IEMBot archive, it'll format it in this way, which is, in my opinion, a little bit neater, but it doesn't matter to me. It's just, this is easier for me to read, but I can still, if it's all written out like this, then it's fine. Now, one thing I would like you to do is to split apart the different paragraphs. So notice how that's split apart. So it can be like this, reach to the end of this page, but then when you get to the next section, make sure to cut that, make sure to break that off into another paragraph like it is with a normal IEMBot archive script. Because if you don't, it just makes it harder for me to read. Yeah, something like this, if that's what you want to do. Another thing you can do is, if you have the software and you don't want to use an IEMBot archive and do this manually, another thing you can do is open up the AWIPS Cave WarnGen software. If you have working AWIPS Cave software, you can feel free to use that for whatever you want to use. So next one can be something similar, or the next thing is your next alert. So you just do this for each alert. Again, for watches, you're gonna have to look those up because I don't remember if AWIPS Cave WarnGen does severe thunderstorm, or if it does watches at all. I'll have to double check once I can get it working. And then, just out of convenience, list the counties and areas involved in each alert. I only did number 2. Again, this is only for an example. If you're doing an alert, or if you're doing a request, make sure to fill out everything. But also, you can kind of just do that. Alright, and then this is for if you want to have this is for the screens you can have in your request. So you can, and I've also made it recently so you can have more than one screen. I know it's been like that for a while, but you'll see the new feature in a minute. But you can have more than one screen in this and actually check off which ones you want. So if you want the blue page screen, then the Verizon cable screen, like this, then you can do that. So for number 1, if you want the Comcast black screen, then if you want for number 2 the I don't know, the Verizon cable screen, then for the third one you want the Comcast blue page screen. And if you want the Comcast black screen, although also if you want go away, OneDrive. If you want to have the same alert, or no, different alerts with the same screen, you can do something like 4 and 5 Comcast black screen. Yeah. Now this next thing, what do you want your mock to be recorded through? Now I record all of my mocks through, and I record them through analog video first before digitizing them. That's just how I do things now. But if you want them to be recorded through, oh, I haven't changed this. I don't have the DVD recorder anymore. Well, I do, but I just don't use it. I have a capture device, but if you want to run it through just digital, you can do that. You can request that. It just looks like a DVR recording, or you can do the VHS tape request, which runs it through a tape, and it looks more vintage and it looks analog. It gives off the analog effect. This is what most people request. I guess I can do a checkbox thing here. I probably should do this, but for the voice, if you want to have multiple voices, or if you just want to have, if for National Weather Service alerts, make sure to just use one consistent voice. If you want to have civil emergency alerts, you don't. This is mainly for that. Now I don't want you to change the voice for throughout the video for National Weather Service alerts, because then it just doesn't seem right. But if you have an iPause cap alert come in, you can click that for the alerts. So we can do alerts 1 through 5. Do it as Paul. Then we can just add an alert 6. We can do alert 6 as, I don't know, Loquendo Dave, because that voice does iPause cap alerts. Things like that. Also, if you have actual audio that you want to submit, make sure to share the link via Vocaroo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. So if you have an audio file that you want to share, I can show you how to do that if you're unfamiliar. Okay, so this is you can upload a file. So you want to click Upload Audio File. Then go to wherever your file is located. Make sure it's actually the correct file and it's relevant to the video. And then once you've uploaded it, copy and paste the sharing link and put it in the form, or put it in here. Alright, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can, or if you see anything wrong with the form or anything you want to be added, just let me know here. You can put your response there. This video is already way too long, but hopefully this gives you the basic idea of how to fill out this form correctly, or effectively, I should say, because people fill out the form in different ways, but I think if you just want to have a basic idea of how to do it, then this video should help you a little bit. Alright, that's it.